I just feel really honored and blessed to be here today to be able to talk about products, because products is actually the thing that really got me excited about World Ventures to begin with. As he was saying, I did spend the bulk of my career with Coopers & Lybrand, was a partner over there in the Austin office, ran our business transaction group, financial services. And what I remember about that time period was, man, there were tons of startup companies. In fact, over there in Austin, it was during the technology boom. So we saw a lot of companies that actually didn't make it, but those that did, most of the time it's because of new technology, right? But once in a long while, a company come along with no new technology, just a totally different way of doing business, changes everything within that industry. All of a sudden, we're saving a lot of money on those products, and those company stocks are going through the roof, right? So when I saw that, I remember when it was one of my business partners that shared this with me about 6.5 years ago. And I remember thinking before, when he was trying to get me to go, I was already telling him, man, whatever it is, I'm sure it's great. You wouldn't be involved with it if it wasn't really phenomenal. But with 4 other businesses, I'm already overwhelmed doing what I'm doing. I'm not really interested in anything else right now. He said, Raymond, I've never seen anything like this. I know that you spent a career analyzing businesses. Just take a look at it. And when I did, exactly as Brian was saying, the thing that got me excited and what really stood out to me was the product side. Because anytime you can be in any industry, it was something that everybody already wants. And look, we're already in the most fun industry in the world, right? Man, how cool is that? We could be in the largest, most fun industry in the world. And because of a very unique concept that we're doing that no one else out there in the travel industry is doing, it's allowing us to be able to travel at prices that never existed before. Is that pretty cool? So that was when I first saw that. I remember telling him, I said, I don't know anything about the company or management or anything else, but if they don't screw this deal up, this company's going to go through the roof. And trust me when I say they haven't screwed this thing up. I got in 6.5 years ago because the concept made so much sense to me. And I believe that this company was going to grow so fast because of the product side. See, I'm a product guy because I believe that the longevity of any company is all based on how good the product is. And for those that have been in, how many have been in for at least, say, 2 years or longer, just out of curiosity? Okay, got several of us, got a bunch of us. So for us that have been in for a while, has this thing continued to get better all the time? And that's what's cool. We're going to talk about products. We're going to show you. We're going to jump right in here because I don't have much time, and I know that if I go over my time, they'll never ask me back. So we're going to jump in. But that's why I got excited about it, and I just kept thinking this. And this is kind of where I want to start with this is, if you have a product that literally, if there was a way through a very unique concept that nobody else had out there that allowed people to be able to travel, would people want to do that? Yeah, absolutely, right? And by the way, we're going to make this where we're going to have that audience participation, because to go all in doesn't start on Saturday or Sunday. It starts right now. So, all right, there you go, man. So we're going to start right now. So here's the next question I'm going to ask you. If there was a way that anybody could travel, no matter what kind of travel it was, business travel, leisure travel, whatever it is, if people could be assured that they could always get the very best price on the day that they're booking their travel, would they also get pretty excited about that? And would that be a massive blessing to anybody out there that could take advantage of that and use that? Would that be a huge blessing? And if there was a way that without people changing any of their habits at all, without doing anything different than what they're already doing right now, they would be able to just keep doing what they're doing and be able to earn vacations where they could actually go on those vacations at next to nothing or nothing and take advantage of that, would that also be cool? So if people could live a millionaire's lifestyle, even without being a millionaire, even without earning $1 in this business, would that be pretty cool? Okay. That's why I got excited about this, because I believe it's literally for everybody. Not everybody wants to grow a massive business. We already know that. But I bet the people in this room, how many of you guys want to grow a massive business? Yeah, I thought so. So to grow a massive business, there's a couple things that I found in any business that we have to do. Number one is we got to do it very consistently in income-producing activities, right? But number two, I believe that the next biggest thing about this is we have to have a huge belief system. And so how do we get that belief system? What I believe is, if you have all those things that we were just talking about that everybody else already wants there, then all we really need to do is we just need to get really good at showing people how we can transform their lives without them actually having to do anything else. Does that make sense? So what we do is we build that belief system. A lot of people say, well, I don't really have a belief system on myself. Here's a way to get that belief system in yourself. If you know what you have and you have the vision of where this is going, you'll have that belief system that you need that will give you the passion that you need to give you the posture that you need. How many of you guys would like to have Bethany Webster's posture? Yeah, I thought so. And if you could do that every day, I don't care whether you're shy, you're aggressive, you just like to have fun. You're just one of those people that cares about everybody in the world, but you're not necessarily as driven. I don't care what kind of personality or characteristics that you have from a personality standpoint. I believe that every single person, if you know what you have and you have the vision of where this is going, it will give you that passion that gives you the posture that will allow you to build a massive team and attract the kind of people that you want to have in order to build that massive team. We've gone now from travel agents to online booking, and now we're doing it the DreamTrips way. And trust me, that's catching on. We'll talk about how fast that's growing here in a minute. But what I want to do is I'm going to share some actual experiences with you. I'm going to do this a little bit different. Yeah, we're going to show some pictures and so on. We're going to talk about DreamTrips, but then what I'm going to do is share with you how people, no matter whether they want to build a business or don't want to build a business, they can still live that $1 million lifestyle without changing anything that we're doing through the other products that we have that also go in conjunction with our DreamTrips. So when you go into your DreamTrips, it's just your name. We made this so simple. Anybody like the new website that we have? You don't have to go to multiple websites. Everything's right there. Is that pretty cool? Yeah, I love that aspect. So you just go, it's your name, your subdomain name, .dreamtrips.com. When you go in, you just go up the right-hand corner, you sign in, you get that drop-down box that we saw, so when you click on that drop-down box, you want to see what some of the other DreamTrips look like, you can just hit browse right up there on the top, and you can browse DreamTrips. And so when you browse DreamTrips, this is the slide that comes up when you do it. And I love doing this because periodically, I love just going through and see what all the new stuff is that we have. Because when you're going through and you run into people and they say, oh man, I always wanted to go to Hawaii, or I always wanted to go to Vegas, or I always wanted to do this or that, you can already say, man, we got some very cool stuff you're not gonna believe. You have to come check this out. So you're always gonna be able to use that. Even when you're closing sometimes and somebody says, hey, you got anything that goes such and such? You got anything that goes to Maui? You'll be able to say, yes, as a matter of fact, we do. How about $750 per person? So your family of 4 can go for about $1,500, stay in one of the premier resorts in all of Hawaii. So you can see how you can use that right away. And as you can see on here, you can see several different insignias on here. That just tells you a little bit about that dream trip. So, in fact, if you see that little royal crown looking thing, that means that it has some platinum benefits as well that we're going to talk about here in a minute as well. And you have the arts and culture. You've got the culinary. You've got all kinds of different things that you'll see on there that kind of identifies what type of dream trip that is right away. And then, of course, you can always go into your trip details. And when you go into trip details, it'll tell you exactly what's included and what's not included. So I'm going to jump in and just share with you a few of the dream trips that my wife and I have been on. This is a China dream trip. We saved literally thousands of dollars on this dream trip. This one, and by the way, we got a couple more of them that are coming up right now that are on your website as we speak that are absolutely phenomenal deals. This one was about 10 days. It was $2,400, included literally everything. I mean, when I say everything, I mean, they took care of everything from the time that we got there. We never had to worry about it. The reason why I'm telling you this is because from an experience standpoint, I used to go to China all the time. And when my wife told me that we were going to go to China, by the way, I now refer to her as the professional book-it-nower. I'm telling you, every time I come home, we're going somewhere. Hey, I booked us on the Alaskan cruise. Hey, we're going to San Diego. Hey, we're going to China. Really, don't you need shots for that? Like, how soon are we leaving, right? So we're going somewhere all the time. That's why I call her that. But on this trip, I wasn't really, when she first booked it, I didn't want to burst her bubble, so I didn't say anything, but I wasn't all that excited because I've been there many times, and I thought I knew everything there was to know about China, but I'd never been on a leisure dream trip before with some of our good friends and several other people that I didn't know when I first went on that dream trip. Here was the first cool experience that I had was when the trip included not only our round trip airfare from San Francisco to China, but all of our air while we were in China, going from place to place to place. We stayed in 5-star hotels the whole time that we were there in China. It included all of our meals. We actually had a host provided by the company. We had a tour guide that was with us permanently and a tour guide that was with us whatever new city we went to. We dropped off one, picked up another one. It included entry into every single thing that we did. So as you can imagine, the value proposition was phenomenal. But when I got to China, I used to spend hours in the airport just trying to get through the airport. Man, they whisked us right through the airport. It was like we weren't even in the airport. They had vans already waiting for us, took us over to the hotel. We had a drink at the hotel. They already had our bags up to each of our rooms. They just handed us the keys. If I had booked that trip through anywhere else, like Expedia, Travelocity, Orbitz, would any of that had happened? No, absolutely. So that was the first day, man. I was just so excited. That was just the coolest thing ever to be able to go through all that. All whenever we were leaving from one hotel to fly to go to another city, you just left your bags outside. They took care of everything. They put them in the buses, took us to the airport, in and out of the airports again. It was like the smoothest, best trip that we had ever been on. And we went to places that I had never been before, saw things. So while I didn't want to go on that trip, it turned out to be one of the best. The history, the culture. I mean, we saw things like the terracotta warriors, which I had only read about. One of the most magnificent, those were, they were built in the likeness of their complete militia about 2,200 years ago. Another emperor that came later hated the emperor before him, destroyed all these. In history, they just kind of lost all this. And they're still bringing out these terracotta warriors today. They've been working on it since 1976, one of the most amazing things. The Great Wall of China, 5,500 miles. And so it turned out to be one of the best dream trips ever. So here's another one that I'm going to tell you. This was last summer in Cancun. See, we're a lifestyle company. We're all about building a lifestyle, doing things with our family, making lifetime memories with our family, with our friends, peak experiences, doing all those kinds of things. And so this is a video that I want to share with you because I had several of these peak experiences on this one trip, and yet I've been to Cancun a few times already and so on. But that's what this thing is all about, being able to do it with friends, etc. So go ahead and play this video real quick, and you'll see exactly why this is one of those peak experiences.
Yeah, baby. Aguántate, Josué. No lo quites así para despedazarlo.
All right, Raymond.
Pick you up, baby.
Oh, a fish on, baby.
Fish on.
What was that about, number 7?
Grab the gaff.
Turn. Oh, man. Are these catch and release or?
He gaffed him. He gaffed him.
Wow. Sir, Rainbow.
Take a picture.
Give me 5, man.
Oh, yeah. Good job, Captain.
Hey, man. Captain. For everybody. Hey, give me 5, man.
Yes, sir.
Go.
You rock, Mike.
Okay, sir.
I'll be active. That was my first sailfish I've ever caught. Absolutely a peak experience. But you know what else happened on this same trip? I also caught a white marlin on that same trip as well. They're the rarest of all the marlins out there. Very seldom do people ever catch the white marlins. They're also the strongest of all the marlins as well. So it took me over an hour to bring that baby in. So yeah, it was definitely a peak experience, something that I will never ever forget. So I got the pictures and everything. But as I was thinking about it on the ride back, I remembered this. See if we can, there you go. See, here was the coolest part about it. I don't care if we caught nothing but piggy perch that day. We'd have had a great day. See, I was there with 7 of my very best friends. And here's what was interesting about that. The guy that's kind of in the middle there, he and I are friends since college. But all the rest of these guys have become very close friends of mine through World Ventures. That experience would have never happened. Those people would have never happened outside of World Ventures. See, part of what I want you to do, how many people have, and be honest with me, how many people have never been on a dream trip? Stand up if you've never been on a dream trip. Don't worry, I'm not going to embarrass you. Stand up. Because, see, here's what I want you to know. That's very cool. You can sit down. We have a good picture of it. But, see, that's what our objective is to help people understand that when we talk about vacation, dream trips and vacation are not the same thing. If I had gone to Cancun before, my wife hates to fish. I've been there plenty of times without World Ventures. She ain't going fishing with me, so that means I'm not going fishing probably while I'm out there. And if I do, I'm going with some people that I don't know, or I'm going to have to charter the boat by myself, or any of those kind of things. So to be able to have that kind of experience, have so much fun, whether we caught fish, didn't catch fish, but to have that peak experience, and to have that peak experience with 7 of my best friends that I met through the company, just unbeatable. Okay, so here's another one, Guatemala. Yes, that's why I'm wearing the Guatemala garb. We were there in February. Again, one of the best, amazing trips. This is all about helping people. Yeah, we might save a few bucks, but the reality of this, we do this because a big part of our culture and who we are, we all agree that when we give, we get back tenfold. And so the company has done an incredible job of figuring out how to marry the idea of travel together with giving back. And to be able to make a dent in the world, to be able, because see, as one person, getting my friends together and trying to go do something, that's nice, but the impact that we're going to have is very small. When you have an organization that is the size of World Ventures, literally hundreds of thousands of members all across the world, we're able to do huge things. So in Guatemala, as an example, this school, and by the way, this is the kind of experience that this turned out to be. Through our team, we funded this 3-room school. Number one, where else in the world could you do that for $20,000? So we're able to, with our dollars, make a massive impact already. But we took 25 of our team members on that trip. It was 8 days, 7 nights. And we had an incredible bonding experience. We already knew most everybody that was on our trip. We were already good friends by and large. But man, did we become really close, personal. There were so many things that came in. We laughed together. We had an absolute ball. We had a ton of fun on that trip. And we learned a ton of things about that area and the things that the hardships and so on that the people have. But how they have all that, and yet they just have a glorious life. There were so many lessons that we learned on that trip alone. But just the fact that we were able to give back. 4 orphanages throughout Ecuador, water supply systems for schools throughout Nicaragua, water purification throughout Africa. We had some friends of ours that went on that kind of trip. And when they got back, because of the new technology, she said that they were able to provide drinkable, potable water for over 60,000 people for the rest of their life. Is that pretty safe? Is that making a dent? That's what we're doing. So here's another trip that I want to do. Yes. Daytona, we got some people that went to, in fact, Candy and Mike, if you don't mind standing up just for a second. Yeah, awesome. This is Candy and Mike. This was a trip that they went on. They gave me the information on this. And I want to kind of share this information with you because when I was talking about without people changing anything else that they're doing, wouldn't it be great if they could still experience the kind of dream trips that we have? They could live that $1 million lifestyle. These are guys that are not only doing well with the company, but they are definitely living that $1 million lifestyle. They are vacationing a lot. Here's what I love about this. If you look at that slide, what you're going to see on that slide is that Daytona 500, the regular price on that was $599 a person. Already a phenomenal deal in and of itself. In fact, that thing always sells out. It's almost impossible to get those tickets and so on. So if you look at all the extras and so on that they were able to get as well, yeah, they got the Sprint Tower, row 49, instead of section 180, 184, which are already phenomenal seats. They were able to get like almost down there on the track. Absolutely incredible. The NASCAR Xfinity on Saturday, the race, the Xfinity 300, they were able to get tickets for that. All that was included as a Platinum Dream member, so we're going to talk a little bit about that in a minute as well. The private garage tour, as you can see up there, they had all that, and of course 20% more reward points that they could use. And then the biggest part of being a Platinum member on this particular trip is that they got to do it with Bob Schick. There you go. Actually, they probably reduced the price for that, but no, I'm kidding, Bob. I'm kidding. He's an absolute phenomenal guy, absolutely ball. So you can see what we're able to do here through all of this. So I'm going to start going through just a couple other things as well. As you saw there, I just very quickly went through Google Chrome or Firefox. Look, for my generation, quit using Explorer. It doesn't work for what we're doing. So I want you to know how easy this is to do. Just make sure that when you're going on there that you're using the right browser. And so when you go in, DreamTrips Gold includes a lot of other things in addition to the DreamTrips. The DreamTrips themselves, $100 one time, $25 a month. The DreamTrips Gold is what's going to allow you to be able to already take those deeply discounted DreamTrips and get them even lower or next to nothing, as I just shared with you on that slide there. So we're going to show you a lot of different things, how you can use your website to get Rovia bucks, how you can get Rovia bucks doing what you're already doing, shopping online. And I'm going to jump through this very, very quickly here because I'll be running out of time here pretty soon. But one of the things that I want to show you is when you go to the daily deals, which are right up there on the right-hand side, and you click on the daily deals, it's going to give you a drop-down menu there. So when you take that drop-down menu, if you just click on the first line item is already online shopping. So when you go to that online shopping, it's already going to take you to this website over here where you can start buying everything that you're already buying right now. I believe it is. There we go. Okay, online shopping. So we're going to go to our shopping mall. So you click over there on the left-hand side, and when you do, it takes you into this mall here. And so you can shop by category, or if you hit on the top button up there, there's another button that will send you to the stores. If you just want to do it by stores, it'll take you there. Here's what I want you to know here is we're all shopping anyway. How many of you guys are using this right now? Wow, a whole bunch of us. See, you're already shopping anyway. Take advantage. I mean, I'm talking about everywhere you're shopping already. In fact, there used to be over 1,400 stores. Now there's over 4,000 of these at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, Macy's, Best Buy, Home Depot, Lowe's. I'm going to give you a great example. Groupon's on there, Overstock.com. So my wife threw her back out a few weeks ago. In fact, it kept us from going to Singapore. I know that's very sad. But the great thing about being part of this club is, oh, well, we'll do it later, right? So because she threw her back out, we had to get a tins machine. That's about a $500 machine. We went to Groupon, and on Groupon, they had that tins machine for $50. I call this the triple dipper. So what we did is we got it for $50 instead of $500. I used that credit card that has a little airplane on it, the one that's going up, not going down. And so we used that credit card. It gave us airline miles. And for every dollar that we spent, we got a percentage of it back to be able to use for travel. Is that pretty cool? Rovia bucks, called Rovia bucks. Every Rovia buck equals $1. So if for $10 you can upgrade, and it will double the amount that you get back. You'll probably make that up on your very first purchase. I highly recommend that you do that. It's right there on that screen. And so the next thing that I want to share with you is entertainment and services. That includes dining out, entertainment, things like golf, bowling, movies, gym memberships. I mean, if you can dream it, it's there. And so we're able to take advantage of this. So let's just say that maybe we wanted to do the dining out. So we click on dining out over there on the left-hand side there. It's got all the different categories. So in this case, it pulls up wherever we're at. You can put in the zip code. You can put in city. So to give you all the places that are close to you. In fact, I just pulled it up while we were here this week. And on the computer, there's about 195 different restaurants that you can get discounts on right here that you can take advantage of. So if maybe you just want to go shopping, so then you just click on the shopping button, and it'll take you to the shopping piece of it, and it'll give you all the different places that's available there as well. Now, we have the My Deals. Anybody using the My Deals? Excellent. Yeah. See, we have the app. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. The app's not quite as powerful as what we have on the computer, so you're not going to get all the stuff that's on your computer. Just want to let you know that up front. But it is very cool having it. We were eating at the Chart House the other night over there in San Antonio, and we just pulled it out and said, hey, let's see if they got anything at the Chart House. We ended up getting free calamari as part of that meal just because we had it on our phone on the app. And it's so simple, you just show it to them. So we use this all the time. We save way more than what the membership cost if we were even paying for the membership just by using that alone. So on the next thing that we're going to talk about, we're going to get into, I think we are, there we are. So we're going to talk about Marketplace real fast. And on the Marketplace, I love the Marketplace because all the different things that are travel right now, there's only a few things there, but this is going to continue to grow. Here's what's cool about it. Every single dollar that your downlines are spending on these products rolls up to you so that on that Wings and Wheels bonus, it counts for that. So if you need to get close to that $3,000 and people are booking or buying some of this stuff, it counts literally dollar for dollar towards your volume that you need for that particular bonus. So here's a lot of the different things. In fact, I'm going to tell you, here's another way you can build your business. See, we've bought all kinds of things here. Our charger for our phone. We bought the beach towels, tote bags. But we also bought something that's called TrackDot. Down there on the very bottom, about 2 from the right there, is TrackDot. Here's the neat thing about TrackDot. It'll track your luggage anywhere in the world you go. See, they already lost our luggage when we were in the Netherlands for about 3 or 4 days. They lost it in Turkey for 3 or 4 days. They lost it in Jamaica for 3 or 4 days. So when they came out with this, we said, TrackDot, man, that's going to be very cool. So my wife's at the airport, and she's already looking. It tells you, it emails you wherever your luggage is at. It tells you. So when the airline tells you, we can't seem to find it anywhere, don't know how long it'll be, and they're talking to you in the foreign language, it's nice to be able to say, don't sweat it. I know where my luggage is. Here's where it's at. And so my wife was in the airport, and she was looking at her phone. She goes, "Oh, great! Both of my bags are already here." And so the guy heard her say that. And said, "Oh my gosh, how do you know that?" And so she just started a conversation up with him. To date, the guy's in our business. Didn't know him from Adam. There you go. How to build your business. So on the website that we have, look, you can either go to get a quote, as we saw up there on that last screen there, get a quote, or you can just go to where it says make a reservation. You click on it, and this is the box that you get. So when you get this box, you can go anywhere that you want to go that maybe we don't have the DreamTrips for. This is award-winning website. In 2012 and again in 2014, it won Best Online Travel Booking Engine in the world. Is that pretty good? Yeah, absolutely. That's what we got. I call it our secondary product. It's not revolutionary like the DreamTrips is, but it's still the best deal out there, even as a secondary product. It's winning all the different awards. And the neat thing is that we have some very cool stuff that other people don't have. Number one is anytime you or anybody else books through your website, you can get more of those Rovia bucks that allows you to travel for discounted or without even paying. That's already pretty cool, so you can take advantage of that. We also have some other cool stuff as well. So we have some things that are, that are called rate shrinkers, and we got the Rovia Price Pledge. See, when I told you that no matter how you travel from here on out, you'll always be able to travel at the very lowest price. On DreamTrips, you're not going to beat our price. That's why we have the guarantee on DreamTrips that said if you find a better deal in 7 days, we'll not only give you money back, we'll send you on that trip for free. That's a pretty good deal, right? On the Rovia box, we said, okay, that's just all the inventory that's out there. You're not always going to find the best deal on Rovia. Sometimes you're going to find a better deal somewhere. So get on your knees and thank God you just got 150% of that difference in Rovia bucks that you can use for any travel. So always the very best deal no matter how we travel because of all that. So I just want to mention something on Rate Shrinker very quickly. Rate Shrinker, it does have to be the exact same. It's constantly 24/7 out there pinging all the time to find a better deal on the exact same itinerary. Now, it does have to be the exact same itinerary. I had somebody call me up the other day. They were all upset because they found that there was a better deal by about $300. Now, it was a different airline, took them to a different, they had a different layover. They had all, and I said, oh, no, you're thinking of our next product. That's the one where it's the think for you rate shrinker. So it already knows ahead of time exactly how you think, and it'll be able to know exactly how many hours you don't mind waiting to get a better deal and all that. I'm kidding. Don't anybody please write that down. Rate Shrinker's got to be the exact same itinerary. If it finds a better price, it automatically rebooks you, credits your credit card, sends you an email notifying you that you got it. Again, world-leading travel booking site. We're going to do all of our travel now through our own booking engine. Global Hideaways very quickly. Private vacation residences all over the world. Anywhere that you want to go, we have these. You can book them right there through your own website. Here's one that you just put in the information where and when you want to go, and it'll pull up all the different places that we have in that area during that time period. Here's one it pulled up for us, and as you can see on this one, it gave us a great price. This is for 7 days, about $600, $598 for 8 people, 3 bedrooms. That's pretty unbeatable, right? So those are kind of deals that we get through the Global Hideaways. So you want to make your reservations. If you're doing let's say you're booking airfare, so you go and you book on the flights, it's going to give you all the rate information for that you'll need on all your flights. So I'm about to wrap up here. This slide just shows you that when you go into that DreamTrips website, your DreamTrips.com website, right at the very top, if you click on your subdomain name, this will come down and it'll tell you all the DreamTrip points that you have. It'll tell you all the Rovia bucks that you have, so you can see exactly what you have in your account, and it'll give you all that information. Concierge service, I'm not going to spend a lot of time with it. This is absolutely phenomenal. Driving directions, directory assistance, nightlife, restaurant information. They booked reservations for us at restaurants that don't even take reservations. My wife does comparison shopping through this all the time. It hasn't gotten her to shop any less, but she saves a little bit more money now. So take advantage of every aspect. You won't get Rovia bucks from that, and I'm going to end it on platinum. How many of you guys have a platinum membership? Man, I'm telling you, this is, and it's only going to keep getting better and better and better. See, they already added all kinds of things on this membership where now, in addition to the other, also on my DreamTrips now, I get almost another day of vacation just by taking advantage of, with the late check-in and early check-in, late check-out. Now, instead of having to, check in at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you can actually check out check in much sooner. And then when you're checking out, instead of 11 or 12 o'clock, you can check out much later. Can you see how that gives you almost another day of vacation? Very cool. And I hope you never need emergency evacuation services, but I ran into a lady the other day in Tennessee before World Venture. She had to be emergency evacuated. It cost her $40,000 cash in order to be able to do that. And that wasn't like get it later. It was like pay it now. So having all of that and all the other things that we have, the roadside assistance, identity theft. My wife and I are already spending like $50 a month on that, so we'll get to start to save all that money. So just an absolute phenomenal product. So I'm going to end it on this. Look, if you want to build a huge business, we have to understand our product. We got to be able to use our product because, where else in the world? People want what we have. See, we keep taking this attitude that I don't want to pick up the phone, it weighs a lot, but can everybody see how we're clearly blessing people's life by sharing this? Absolutely. And if you could live like a millionaire without doing anything different than what you're doing. See, every other network marketing company has to try to convince people to do something that they're not already doing. We don't have to do any of that. We don't have to convince anybody. See, they already want to go to Hawaii. They already want to go to Disney. And if we can show them how to do that exact same vacation or even nicer and have a better experience than they would ever have under any other vacation, would you do it? Absolutely. Would the world do it? So it doesn't matter about the yeses and nos. At the end of the day, logic always wins out. See, that's why I got a lot of people that told me no initially that are now in my business. Why? Because over time, people are going to get tired of traveling at prices that are up here, not getting the kind of quality that we're getting, not getting the kind of service, not having the kind of experience. Eventually, they're all coming into our business. We're number 47 in the entire world, and yet most people have never even heard of us yet. Number 25 in the United States. It's how we went from number 65 to number 47 all in 1 year. And last year, we did $352 million in revenue. It's why we're winning every single award out there. It's why we won Best Online Travel Booking Engine in the world in 2012 and 2014. It's why in 2014, World Travel Awards named us Best travel club in North America, best travel club in Asia, best travel club in Europe, best travel club in Africa, best travel club in the entire world. So learn your products, build your belief, make that belief system work for you. Get that posture, get that passion that you need, get that money, help some people, have some fun, and leave a legacy for multiple generations.